Okay.
Okay, so
I'm here
the
just being
official
nosy.
time is 7:05. Okay. Minutes?
I'm sorry, I'll be honest, didn't have time to do them from last week.
Okay, we're gonna do minutes the next meeting then. Okay, cut that guy off. Let's see, the account hasn't, oh, it actually has changed. We made a vendor deposit. So right now we have a balance in our fund of $20,071.80. Okay, let's start this event. Venue concerns, street closing, parking, that type of stuff.
So that's all chief now? Because the
That-
chief has
it's
to
the
leave.
chief, it's, and then I got a statement from the police chief, so, what?
Okay, I know, and sorry about not making the last meeting. We had a fire call. Like, I was in the parking lot getting ready to come in, and we ended up going to that. We were there for a little while. As far as the fire department is concerned and emergency management, I'm undertaking doing the emergency action plan for public safety, a communications plan, and getting together with the police chief and making sure we're on the same page. We have the same unit, command unit. We'll be up at the, we got to talk to Superintendent Vieira, but last year we had that set up at the primary school parking lot, and that's what we plan on doing it today. I should say, it's October 1st, right? Hopefully. I just was goofed up because it was so early this year. It's usually, it feels like it's later in.
That's always the first
always
Saturday.
the
I know it's the first
Yeah,
Saturday, but it's
sometimes
actually the
you get an
first.
extra week.
usually-
and we don't
You could
have
be like
it
the
this year.
6th, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're working on that. MEMA's coming out. We have a comm team coming out from the district, so we'll be able to get a communication. I believe we're going to be talking to the Chief Miglianico about maybe putting a second dispatcher on, so you have one that's doing Octoberfest alone, and one that does just emergencies that come into town. We did talk about the venue. I know you folks, I had asked that if you had cooking going on, especially if you had grease or oil, that everybody have a fire extinguisher. I know a lot of people have the tents. I know the building inspectors insistent about making sure they're secured while they have weight, so they're not going to blow away if it's windy or if it's bad weather. Also, he will be going out during the morning and sort of going around and making sure that all the electric connections are legit, so no one gets hurt. I know he found something that was a little funky last year.
Yeah, we addressed that.
Okay. And that's really all I have as far, unless you folks have any questions.
Well, I do have a question about parking, because we're gonna utilize the primary school, the elementary school, and the middle school parking lots for parking for the event. We have a hayride that's gonna go up and down Gleason Court, stage behind the, so they're really not gonna come out onto any of the main streets and stuff. They're gonna stay in that closed environment, but they're gonna be ferrying people up and down to the parking lots. So I was wondering how that might interfere with your.
Well, what we did was we set up, we have a command trailer and the communications truck that patches all the radios together right in front along the curb. We sort of need some room to maneuver around there. They'll be there fairly early, 6 or 7, to set up. And I believe it starts at 8, so about 7:30 we'll be doing radio checks, making sure we can talk to everybody.
Will you need any of those parking spaces up there for your crew, though, that mans that?
Well, we will have the UTV up and down. We will have a fire truck probably on the, like we did last year. We had one on the opposite side of the stage. Actually, it was in Webster Credit Union's parking lot in the back. They were staged there.
Yep.
And then the other end was at the Goodness Store. We had an engine from Sutton there. And probably going to try to stash 2 ambulances as well. One will handle calls, hopefully in town, and the other will try to keep down here.
In the past, we've used access to one of those for like our first aid for the day. Is that possible?
Say that again?
Well, there was an ambulance that used to be parked behind the big stage,
Right.
and and we, you know, if somebody got skinned a knee or something, or, you know, we sent them over there to get patched up.
Yeah, we can do that. Unfortunately, if we get a call somewhere,
Yep.
we'll have to cut them loose. And like anything else, you either get, a lot of times you either get nothing or you get really busy. It depends really on the weather, how hot it is, or how raw it is. You just never know. I know we've had some downpours in the past, but they're usually few and far between. I'd say once in a decade you might get one of those. But we
don't
would
mention
utilize
that.
mutual aid.
We don't mention that
Like,
four-letter
not
word.
gonna
Okay. It's sort of like in the fire service, you don't mention, wow, it's really quiet.
Yeah.
You just changed everybody.
Yeah, so we, just asking for that because we need to have some type of first aid
Well,
station.
we will have, again, we'll have the UTV running around, we'll have a first in bag and a first aid kit on that as well.
Okay,
So we'll be able to, because it's a lot easier to navigate a crowd and get somewhere on that than it is, you know. And it really depends on what it is. Are you having bouncy houses this year?
Always.
okay, so we have radios too, so we're gonna wanna know what thing you're on, so we can, if we need you guys, we can, you know, turn to that and call.
What do you guys have a radio?
I was gonna say, I don't think we're on the same band. I don't think we have access to their band.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what we
Like a
can do.
50-channel radio.
Hunting radios, you know, a couple of hunting radios, you get them on the same channel.
Yeah.
I'll give one of you, a couple of guys, you guys, and we can have one in the command center and we can talk to you guys too.
Yeah.
I mean, they go a ways,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know? So I've got 3 or 4 of those. You know?
All right.
That's really about all I have, unless you guys have any more questions.
Oh, I think we're set.
So how much of the parking lot were you looking to use at the,
Everything that you don't,
Yeah, it's seriously because that we're trying to keep parking.
Oh, I totally get it, but
off the street, so-
we're trying to get up above so we have radio
So
communication.
you guys are gonna mitigate the ABC streets and try and get them up into the schools?
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
offering hay rides
Wow.
going from the school.
I like that.
going to, yeah, from
It was a
from
brilliant
the
idea.
post office to the school and then back again, so that it'll make it a little more attractive for people to park up there, you know, because they get a ride up there, and, you know.
You guys are putting your thinking caps on for sure.
So if you guys are like to the right side of the primary school parking lot, you know, like there's this parking spaces like this up the middle of it, so you
Well,
guys.
why don't we meet up there? I'll come down Friday and I'll try to like measure out what I think the 2 trailers would be. I'll talk to Mima and see how long that trailer is. I'm gonna say it's 34 feet long. And I'm gonna say the communications truck is maybe 28. So, I mean, my cruiser will be there. You might see a police cruiser in there, here and there, UTV, but, you know, it's not all that much. I mean, the whole parking lot was open last year. That's where we actually fly the drone from
Yeah,
as well, so.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna advertise parking up there now, so we're
Yep.
trying to put people up there, so.
So, I'll have to think about that, because I know that the road goes all the way around, so I don't know if you know the 2 far end doors, if you're looking at the front of the primary school, on the right, they have those 2 doors that open, and then there's parking spots along the side against
Oh, yeah,
where the trash container is.
Yeah,
We might be able to put them in there,
yeah, that meant, yeah. That'd be
and that
great.
way it's out of the way, and it's actually,
It's almost too bad you couldn't put it on the field.
I don't think you really want to go there.
It's always
Especially if
fun to
it's
ask.
raining, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun to ask Paul stuff like that, to watch him get uncomfortable a little bit.
I'll say the rain again.
I'm gonna land lifeline on your field, you have no problem with
Rain is not good.
that. Actually, that's the best
Yeah,
place,
this is. I can't
because that
think of a
road's
better
plowed
place.
year round, and,
Yeah.
you know, so, hope he's watching. The other place, well, that's, you know, the high school one's a little bit more slanted up and a little bit.
Well,
more-
the problem with the high school, if we moved you guys to the high school, that's great for us. It opens up more parking spots, but it makes it infinitely more difficult for you guys
To
to
get there,
respond.
yeah,
quick.
exactly.
So,
Or you could
That's
do-
why I liked being, last year when we went up there, it worked out perfect for us, but nothing to say we can't just move them around and try to fit them in, somewhere.
yeah, I liked your first idea. Like if everything fits in there, that's really a good spot.
That's usually where the janitors park, or the maintenance guys park.
Yeah,
But it's tucked out of the way. And,
yeah.
but, so maybe we'll just go down, I'll meet you down there Friday evening or something like that, and maybe we can plan that out.
He's there all day Friday anyway.
Oh, early,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'll be around.
early evening, like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, or, well, how early do you get there?
I can get there anytime Friday afternoon.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it, we'll figure it out,
We'll figure it out.
talk about it before then. But, yeah, I think it went well last year, and I think if you're moving a lot of the cars up there for parking, I think you're
We
gonna be
hope.
a lot better shape.
Yeah, we're hoping people cooperate. And,
That's always the trick, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this right here is gonna tell you some of that, because this comes from Nick. He says he's not available tonight, but he'll be posting the parking and traffic plan this week on all social media, and he'll have the message boards up and running this week, informing all the truck drivers of the road closures and all of that. So all of that's gonna start to turn on this week.
So almost 2 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it, because you'll get the route drivers to be like, oh, okay.
you hope.
So
I
the
don't know,
That's
I
the
mean-
stubborn one.
the parking.
I can't
plans-
tell you how many times I went down to go to Gilboa, and I'm like, I forgot about this.
Yeah, right. Well, and even like they're putting the signs out. You're like, do they really mean today?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
Is it supposed to rain?
Octoberfest jammed me up when I was going to, I had my old Durango when I traded it in for my car. That thing was on its last legs, and I'm like, I just gotta drive it to the dealership. And I get to downtown, and I'm like,
Not today.
not today.
Yeah, so, okay, well, that's,
I made it without a tow truck.
That
so it
works.
was good.
Okay, so
Which is impressive for a Dodge.
I'll be in touch
Durango.
with you about Friday for time.
It literally blew up on the parking
I'll
lot.
work it out.
You got it there, it's all that mattered.
Yeah.
When you have a car dealer that says, I'll give you 2,000 over book if you can get it here under its own power,
It's getting there. Even if there's gotta be a gerbil installed with a little wheel.
I
Fred
think
Flintstone.
challenge accepted.
All right, well, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for
See you
coming.
soon. You got it.
Any good fun stuff coming up for Oktoberfest that I can get a sneak peek on, or is it all still top secret
You're in the
and
dump tank.
confidential?
Ah! All the higher ups are in the dunk tank.
Not funny, chief.
He's a higher up.
Not really.
So, yeah, you just come
Got
down
my
and
wa- oh,
observe.
my water's in my hand.
Nice.
You've had a tough day.
No, I honestly just wanted
It
to come down.
scares me when I
Works
was
fine
firefighter
about
can't
and
find the
check in.
water.
Okay, we're gonna continue with the agenda then. Okay? All right, vendors.
Okay, vendors, we have, oh my gosh, where's my notes? 3, 4, we have 95, and we have a request to have a fee waived on a vendor spot. There is someone who would like to gather supplies for foster care children, and they're also going through the Whitensville office branch, and they'll have a booth set up, and we can help them advertise, but they will also advertise of what they're kind of looking for, like backpacks and pajamas and toothbrushes and all that. And all items will go strictly directly to the foster care system. And the person's not here tonight because I think his family has foster care kids, so I think he's home with the foster care kids. So I need to see if we can waive that fee, the vendor fee.
Make a motion.
Can't make a motion.
You can't?
Uh-oh. We're going to talk about that. I would like to make a motion that we waive the fee for this person to have a free vendor site for the foster care drive.
Second. Any discussion?
Sounds like a great idea.
Hmm?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it
Yes.
sounds like a really good
Okay,
idea,
all in
something
favor?
else added. Aye
Aye.
and a half.
One abstention. Do you abstain or do you vote no?
Butts and elbows. Abstain.
Okay. All right, so
Oh, now I gotta go back.
2 yay, 1 abstention. That passes anyway. Continue.
There were a few vendors that sent half payments, didn't send the checks, so that happens all the time. We did have a bounce check, and I contacted her, and she had a situation of someone had gotten into her account. So she was really good, she dropped off cash with a $20 return check fee in cash, so she covered everything, she's all set. We're just still waiting for more vendors to come in. I'd like to reach at least 120. We're up to 95.
95.
Come on, people.
25 spots left.
95 with 3 weeks to go.
We have a couple more that they say they're coming in, but through the years I've realized I just wait and see if they come
They
in.
wait. What they wait for is they wait for the
The
10-day
weather report.
forecast.
Yep.
So we will typically receive, another 15 or 20 applications. They just wait. It's the same guys that wait all the time to find out if it's going to rain or not.
What's comical is
And then they'll go, why don't I get my good spot?
yeah. They're like the last week before, I want to be on Main Street, is there room?
Yeah, just not in Douglas.
Not here.
There was a time when they weren't on Main Street. They were all packed on the little church lawn.
Yeah, we
We
got
kind
that
of invented
request.
that.
Last
Street
year,
thing.
we got that request from one of the side homes. That they requested, why can't we put the vendors back on the church lawn and put the rides behind the library? Well, the library's now gravel, so you can't blow up rides on that. But if you have about 100 vendors, they are not gonna fit on the
Right.
church lawn.
My blood pressure's relatively low.
And then
right
if
now,
they
so let's
do,
keep it that way.
If they do, you
It's
have
not
2 people
mentioning the,
standing in front of your vendor booth and you're full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like the way that it kind of spreads out and then comes
Up
up
and-
Depot Street.
Yep.
It kind of forces you to walk around so you can really see what's going on, as
Yeah.
opposed to doing the quick hit, like, I know the fried dough's there, and the fries are there, so I can,
that's all you need.
15 years, 2 fried doughs.
Hey, I only eat during the day is when he comes up and gives me food, otherwise I am running around all day long, putting out little situations with the vendors and doing all that and answering questions in my booth. So I forget to eat, and so he'll come along and throw some food. It's cold by the time I get to it, but at least it's there.
every year I've gone there, I've never gotten out of there without getting one of the dog bowls of fries. You just can't help yourself.
They're coming back, but we have a smokehouse coming this year.
Yep.
Yeah, so actually you're gonna know that because you're gonna see that same smokehouse this Saturday.
So I heard.
Huh?
People wanted more food, so I got them more food. Pulled pork and brisket and homemade macaroni and cheese.
Good stuff, that's good job.
Yeah, soft serve ice
Oh,
cream.
is that what it is? Good stuff.
Yeah, those who are coming.
Okay, are we done with vendors?
I think so.
Any questions on vendors?
Good, I have no answers.
Yeah, thank you for being so responsive to every email that I shoot over you.
Yes, I am. I appreciate you forwarding the emails, and then, like I always do, when I handle it, I just put done. And that's all you need to
Okay,
see.
I do have a email from John. It does mention you in it a couple times. So I will read that first and then you can fill in anything he left out,
Okay.
okay? So it says, here's my report. He's home now because he's got kids that are feeling under the weather. Entertainment schedule is still coming together. Keith and I are working together to fill in the final slots. Justin Snook reached out regarding the Pinewood Derby cars. He's proposing writing a cultural council grant for next year to pay for or offset the cost of cars for younger kids. Hosting workshop nights at the library, etc. I mentioned it, I'd bring it to the committee for solicit feedback. Doggy Derby flyer has been posted on Facebook and local town pages. I reached out to 2 living statues and got no responses. If anybody has a lead, I'll take it. I sent volunteer requests to area high school National Honor Society groups. I've received a couple of responses. I will forward those lists to Tony when it gets a little closer. Followed up with Franklin High School Dharma teacher again regarding getting kids to wear the larger-than-life puppets. That's his report.
Someone had mentioned to me that last year we had the softball, I think it was the girls softball league that signed up to do some hours because they have to do community service like all high school kids do. So I don't know who contacted them, but if someone can reach out to them to do that. I'm still doing trucks. Oh, you didn't have that part. Oh, okay. Can I go into my truck thing?
Okay, well.
Let Keith
yeah,
finish the
Let's
entertainment?
finish
Okay.
entertainment. Do you have anything further on entertainment that John did not cover?
I don't. Well, my phone just went bad here. Just bear with me 1 second. Living statue. I don't do this right now, but I forget. So, okay. So let's see. Nope. Okay. No. Yeah, we put the final touches on main stage today, so that that lineup's solidified. Beer Gardens solidified. We have Rusty Spike out of Webster in the morning, and then Big John Short in the afternoon.
For the beer garden?
Yeah, so I'll be there all day, just making sure that everything's going well, making sure the beer is tasting okay, quality control. I think that's really about it for like
When
where
can
we are.
I get the schedule?
Let me see how John's doing on stage C. We'll go
Okay.
from there.
At least a draft,
Yep.
that way we can start getting bios in and all that stuff, so.
Yep.
We really would like to get the program out 2 weeks before if I can.
Mhm.
That would be awesome if we can do it 2 weeks before the event. Yeah, I'm gonna devote a section, it's gonna be a 4-fold flyer this time. I'm gonna devote a section to where parking is available.
Okay.
So it would be helpful if I can get it out ahead of time. All right.
Local bands and musicians this year?
Yep.
I found out Saturday that there's a lady who's all excited. Her and her husband have this little band and she sings. She's like, "You've gotta be there at the stage. I need you to be there when I'm singing." Oh, why? Are you gonna get nervous with 15,000 people at the event? So once I find out when they are performing, the person I have helping me in the booth, she's fantastic. Kara is fantastic. Kara Martian. So I will leave her in the booth and I'll go run and watch them perform and then run back to my booth.
Nice. The soda thing.
Yep, that's the next one.
I'm doing something a little differently this year.
How so?
Not doing soda. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, that really wasn't funny.
I know. It was to me. So, so what I did was I took. You remember how we used the small kegs, right?
Yep.
I took 5 of them and put them in my freezer, which I promptly discovered is not working. Awesome, because I have a 6-tap beer thing, right? And so what I use to chill my beer, I put them in there, and I'm pre-carbonating 5-gallon things of water, so they'll have a head start on, because you know how like we're force carbonating it, with the water flowing through.
Yep, yep.
So the water will have a head start on being carbonated. So we're gonna give that a try.
All right. Okay. That sounds like a plan.
We do need new water filters for the setup,
Okay.
just because they've been sitting all, for a year.
Now, that's not a changeable filter.
It's not, no, they were the two inline RV filters. I can order them on Amazon to get it
Yeah,
to
if you
black.
can take care of those and we'll figure it out. That
Yeah.
way I don't have to worry about buying those.
Yeah, that's fine. I just figured, like I said, they've been sitting for a year, so I don't know if we wanna,
No,
No.
then just, we'll replace them.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you order those and get those in, then I don't have to, I can take it off my list. All right. I'm still waiting for cups to come in.
Make sure the lids fit the cups.
They're universal lids, so the 16-ounce cups we have, the 20-ounce cups will fit.
Okay.
The same, it's from the same
Yeah,
supplier.
I guess they didn't fit last year, so that was the,
No, they fit.
okay.
They didn't use them, but they fit.
They didn't use them because they didn't fit.
I put them on myself. I tried them.
I'm just giving you the feedback from the people who
So
are doing it.
anyway, we will make sure they fit. All right.
I reached out to Koopmans and they are gonna let us use the tractor again.
Mhm.
So we're gonna set up the stage C like we did last time.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for a final response from Whittier.
Oh,
Okay. Well, they want to do it.
okay.
But they were just checking with their insurance company on what was needed. I think I might have to reach back to Lisa and get another certificate of insurance that lists Whittier Farms as an additional insured, as one of our suppliers.
Right.
So-
Let me know, because I did release,
Hmm?
yeah, I did tell them we weren't going to need an employee for the day.
Yeah. They're the ones that are supplying the hay wagon, but they, it's got their name on it, so they wanted to pull it and do some advertising for
Great.
themselves, and
Sure.
works for me.
Yep.
It's just we're gonna make sure that they get enough insurance for it.
Lisa's in all day tomorrow.
All right,
It's his schedule, that's why I started laughing.
any more on soda? No, nothing more on soda. Beer garden, we're doing a field trip Friday?
Was there, yeah, if everything goes right, was there any more soda that you had wanted to order? I thought there was something you wanted to get.
There is. We have, we still have a stock of
Right,
cola and, the root beer, the basic flavors.
yeah,
But what we don't have is we don't have the specialty thing like vanilla, because I only bought enough, and once we opened it, it was gone.
Yeah, right.
And we had to throw it. So I have to order vanilla and strawberry. and-
Really?
Strawberry,
I thought it was cherry.
yeah, and cherry, yeah.
Do we have to have tons of flavors? Is it gonna go to waste?
No, the reason why we
Vanilla
have,
soda.
no, we have, cola
Vanilla
is,
Coke. Like, so you do
Ew.
the Coke and then you put a shot of vanilla in it,
No
That's good
thanks.
stuff.
right?
No,
Yeah.
no thanks.
it was
Cherry Coke's good.
popular.
No, I
The
don't
only-
want any of
No,
The
that.
only
that's
thing,
toxic.
the vanilla Coke was popular, and so was the cherry Coke.
Okay,
But,
okay.
but what happened is that
Cherry
we didn't,
Pepsi's nasty.
I didn't buy, 500 gallons of vanilla. I only bought 2 gallons of vanilla because you use it as a shot.
Okay,
not-
okay.
Yeah. So once we opened that container, we had to throw whatever was left. So
Okay, so someone's ordering more flavors.
I gotta order those specific flavors. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
flavor shot in the soda, that's going back like the 50s soda jerks back there.
That's what we're doing.
Oh,
Okay,
you should
so-
see them in costume, they look adorable.
I've got enough people to man that for the day as well. Part of me is actually even wondering if I wind up having 5 kegs, maybe even doing a 6th. The 6th, I don't know if I'd be able to do a 6th. But if we did 5 kegs of the 5 gallons, we might not even have to use the whole contraption.
We'll have it there in case.
Definitely.
Well,
But-
I do have in the hose protectors.
Did anyone reach out to the library for use of water?
Well, that's a Justin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just gotta ask Justin.
Okay.
So,
Tony.
and ice, and more ice.
All right, and I have the cable protectors, which do cable hoses and all that. I bought 2 sets, one of them for the hose for that, and another one for the wire down at second stage.
Okay.
Because we run it from the post office, so we wanted to make sure that that was covered up.
Because that is the one issue that I have is I can't. And so with my freezer not working properly, I can't chill the water ahead of time. So it'll wind up being room temperature water. We'll get there.
I'm like, I don't know anyone who has a big freezer.
Maybe the schools. They have a big freezer.
Okay, prizes.
Hold on. Keep this thinking.
And I'm just running through the. I can still use the carbonators, chill the water going in, and then it just pushes it in. Yeah, no, pretty good. Good.
Okay.
One way or another.
Prizes. What do we get for prizes?
Well, it hasn't changed since last week, but we have to go to the mailbox again. I did get a phone call from someone who was going to, oh, actually it did change. We are up to $1,500 so far. We have some really great prizes. And also someone had called me and talked to me personally about sending prizes. So we sent them all over the place. And we even got golf and country club, Highfields in Grafton.
Mhm.
Had to go there and pick them up. It was a very nice place.
Did you get around in?
Huh?
Did you get around in?
I don't know how to play golf. You gonna teach me? Seriously.
With a little ball in the hole.
I can play miniature golf.
It's just like that.
Yeah, okay.
Just longer.
Yeah. And the
The
steam.
windmills are farther away.
Yeah. For someone who can't get it through the windmill there, buddy.
I have trouble with the little windmills.
I didn't realize I hit like such a
Oh,
sore spot here.
I love
You guys are,
miniature golf, but he's
like,
not a fan.
traumatized by windmills.
For
So
the record, it's a very nice course. I have played it.
I have not. But my
It
game
was
is not
nice to
worthy,
drive
so-
up, get out of the car and see a group of 4 guys just laughing, having a great time playing golf. And then I saw the little restaurant or area that you can reserve and have a wedding or reception or whatever, and that was really pretty, that was really nice. The place impressed me. It's in the middle of nowhere, but luckily I have,
Good golf courses usually are.
yeah, I had my map thing going on my car that actually got me there. We also have Steamship Authority that gave gift certificate for 2 for Martha's Vineyard, or Nantucket, or where, that's just some really good prizes we got coming in.
I thought part of that was you had to sing the Block Island Ferry song, though.
Go ahead, I don't know it.
No, that's what you had to do.
And if you wanna hear me sing, it's not a pleasant thing.
If
So-
you're going to, yeah.
Yeah, and then so we still have to go shopping for some prizes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna reach out to another sponsor to see if we can cover most of the cost of what we would like to spend for
Yeah,
prizes.
we're soliciting another sponsors, major sponsors, so.
Have you guys approached like the Thompson, the Speedway and golf
Yes.
course that's over there?
Yes, I did. Waiting to hear back.
Even if you have a terrible golf game, Thompson is a great course to play.
I just go for the ice cream
I haven't been
I
there.
don't think they have any ice cream there, do
and
they?
bogeys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
their food is good too. when you
I've
go.
not had the food, just the.
And,
I'll take a
and
small.
Kevin's here because he volunteered, for the day.
Awesome.
At least a couple hours.
For what?
We'll find something for you to do.
Oh,
I think every year somehow when I show up, I end up either in a ribs contest, and I don't even like ribs, but I'm like, okay.
Oh, even I
So-
like ribs. They're messy, but they're good unless they're too spicy. I can't do spicy.
I will go on record, I've never missed an Octoberfest since I've been here. I definitely have never missed one since I've been on the Board of Selectmen, so I will be around. If there's anything that you guys need, just grab me and I'm happy.
Okay, it's going in the minutes that,
That he volunteered to help out wherever needed. Yes, and
okay.
that's in a minute, so we can prove it.
That's fine. Just also understand I am a master in the art of disappearing too.
If we have you scheduled for something, please don't disappear on us, but we wouldn't schedule all day anyway, we'd just give you like, I don't know, an hour or two.
But if I'm down there, if you guys need anything, just grab a hold of me and I'll do what I can to help.
It doesn't work that way, we're gonna schedule you. Anyway, okay,
we haven't heard anything from like McKenna or Fat Man or anything, they didn't get booths yet,
no,
right?
they usually
They usually
send
do.
me for a booth, and they haven't contacted me at all, and I did send them their applications,
All
the
right.
vendors.
If you'd like, I can reach out to both of them for you, because I have other business with both of them.
I've got business with you.
So,
Okay, perfect.
well, thank you for letting me sit in on your meeting.
Oh, well, we're not done yet, you didn't hear about the Power Derby cars, that you haven't bought
No.
one yet.
We have to
We're gonna-
talk about
we're
Pinewood
gonna
Derby
say-
cars, and then we have to talk about my rides and games and my little barrel train.
But if you want to both.
Alright, so Pinewood Derby cars. Okay,
You can go.
But the Pinewood Derby car, you should enter the Pinewood Derby contest.
I should enter the Pinewood
Yeah.
Derby contest.
we're trying to
It's
do
all
a
ages.
town-wide Pinewood Derby. We had special cars that we had kitted up. It says Octoberfest on it. We have it being sold in various places in town, like Harry's Pizza and Gregory's and
The bike shop, the library.
the library. But anyway, they're selling the car, that $20, because it's on camera, that $20 fee is the registration fee,
Okay.
okay? So, so when they buy the kit, they've already entered. They
Got
just
it.
gotta fill out the form. And then in that kit, we have the rules and the paperwork and stuff that says, you know, what the weigh-in nights are, and, you know, so, and where the weigh-in nights are and stuff. So then, you know, they come in, we check in the car, weigh in the car, and they've just entered for a race where they can win $300, okay? First prize. Second prize is $100, and then we have a third prize of best in show. That means like the best, most imaginative looking car, and those are the three prizes we're going to award. So far, sales have been slow. I think so far we've only sold like 3 or 4 cars or something like that from the library.
Well, I frequent Harry's often, so you can consider I'll
Yeah.
pick up a kit car and enter.
So we do
You
have.
and Danny should race.
Yeah, we do have, the race is gonna be run by a Boy Scout troop from Charlton.
Charlton.
Oh, wow.
Coloring
So,
gear.
There's a Boy Scout troop from Charlton that's coming for the day, and they're gonna run the races
Want
for
gear
us.
to help sell it?
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's completely
You're gonna go?
Hands off.
hands off.
Nice.
All right.
So, there's money involved, so it's completely hand off. They're all uninterested parties, you know, so we have that worked out.
Sounds like it'll be fun.
So it would be a pretty cool event. I'm kind of excited about doing it, but, you know, we just gotta have more involvement and stuff, you know. A few cars isn't enough. I'd like to have 50 cars, you know.
Well, you've got $300 first place, $100 second place, and $100 best of show.
Yeah.
My car would never win, but I could make it look good.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
There's gonna be a lot of competition for that one, you know, because you use your imagination. You can make a car look like anything. But it should be a fun event, so I'm hoping that more people want to get involved. Time's running out though.
I will spread the word.
Grazie.
we appreciate that.
Surprisingly, I do actually interact with a lot of people in town over the course of the day. I don't know why. It just happens.
Have a good one, Kevin.
You too.
Thank you for stopping.
Thank you guys for all that you're doing. I appreciate it.
Okay, barrel train. Okay, so not only are we working on the hayride, but I was looking for something to pull a barrel train. We talked about me maybe getting, you know, renting one from someplace. That didn't work out. A couple places where I went to try to see if they would rent them, they don't rent them, they'd rather sell them, you know, that type of thing. So I looked around for a couple places, Facebook Marketplace, and you know, I went and looked at a couple of those old units, and
May or may not last the day.
yeah. Then I looked on Craigslist, and I went and looked at a couple of those, and I found one in Johnston, Rhode Island. I got a John Deere tractor that's nearly perfect, okay, has a busted hood. But I wanted to take that off and put a barrel on the front of it anyway. So it has a busted hood, and the mowing deck wasn't very good. but it was in perfect shape, it
Got me
runs
mowed, yeah.
fantastic, and it was $300. So I
Done.
bought it. So,
You can't buy the motor for that.
yeah. So,
Well, the funny part is when he was explaining to the man at Jocelyn, Rhode Island, he's heard of Oktoberfest.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
as a
great.
matter of fact, he's heard of it, didn't know anything about it. I showed him some pictures on my cell phone, and he saw my barrel train, because I had told him I was going to build a barrel train. I was looking for maybe a discount or something, which he actually ended up doing because he wanted like 475, and I got it for $300. So he ended up giving me a discount. But he saw the barrel train, and he wants me to build him one. Okay. So, yeah, and I
That'd
told
be
him,
fun.
well, that's not happening before Octoberfest.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
we're just like too busy. But he might be coming to see it. So, but he's heard of Octoberfest.
That's awesome.
He's heard of us.
Yeah.
Which, okay, So we're building a name out there. A lot of people have heard of us already. So. All right, so that's the barrel train. Anything else? We have anything outstanding?
Well-
Anything we're forgetting?
Keith didn't hear the story of Saturday. I sat out in front of the library for 7 hours and made 6 pages of truck listing. So that was a very long day. Left that, went to a scout pig roast, went home exhausted. But then today I've been trying to contact all of this truck listing, and many have emails, many do not. So I've done the email route that I could. So tomorrow or Wednesday I will be physically calling each and every one of them and I could just leave a message, but I wanted to talk to a live person so that they understood that these streets are closed. And you'll have to do a roundabout, whatever, but the big trucks will not be able to fit.
The main street from here to here is closed to truck traffic.
I'll just read whatever we wrote up for the street closing and the hours. There were a few that I could not find. I wrote down exactly that was on the tractor trailer truck because there was nothing on the bed part. And I looked them
Truck is
up
what you wanna-
and I couldn't find them. So
If you get a DOT number, you can find everything you need. Using the
they go
DOT
by
number.
this fast.
I know. I'm just saying. Like if you
Yeah.
if you
I will.
grab a
I will
DOT
help
number.
you. I will help you. Give me some of those names, and I'll
Yeah,
help
there's
you
only
find
a
them.
few that I could not find at all. I'm okay with calling them all. It's just gonna take another full
if
day
we
to
miss
do
a
it.
few of them, maybe they'll get caught by seeing one of the signs that are out.
Yeah,
so-
I'd rather have definitely catch the 18-wheelers,
Yeah.
but I did the dump trucks and the ones that had horse trailers and pull behind trailers, because that sometimes is a tough curve. So I wrote all of that down so that we can try to reach almost every single person that came through that day. So, there.
It'll help
Yeah.
us. It'll help us cut down the truck traffic through town.
I did have help for a little bit because I had a little one named Luke and his little sister.
Really?
Christine stopped by, which was very thoughtful. She gave me a little break, and then the little ones were watching trucks, and they were the cutest thing to make sure I was getting, even the little one, making sure I was getting every single truck. And they would look at me and, truck. It was the cutest little thing. And then when they were driving out, Luke wanted to know if he could do it again with me on Sunday. I thanked him for the help, but no, I wasn't going back on Sunday. I thought 7 hours on a Saturday was enough,
More
but
than enough.
they were so cute.
We wanted to count trucks again.
Yep, so they were supposed to try to remember to tell Daddy that they helped. That's all I have to say about that, but it was a long time, and if I have to do it again, I'd rather not do it alone. I'll take Luke and his sister. You know? Okay,
Okay,
rides and games.
rides and games. I just talked about. Them.
Okay, we talked about prizes, but okay.
Well, I talked about rides, which is the barrel train. That was the only thing that had something open.
Well, you made up the rules in the listings, you
Oh
did.
yeah, I do. I have. Now I have a sign that gets posted with general rules about that bouncy, like how many people can go in it, occupancy, no socks for a bouncy, for example, that it's timed 3 minutes.
No socks.
Yeah, no shoes, socks.
Oh.
Yeah, they take their shoes off. They can only be like, depending on the size, whether it's 6 or 8 people at a time. They're in there for 3 minutes, and there's a timer now that they do, and it's about this big, and it counts down 3 minutes and beeps at the end. So
It's
it
pretty
makes
big, it's pretty loud, and the numbers are nice and clear.
Yeah, so it makes it easy for the guys that are running it. They just got to follow the rules that are on that thing. So it's consistent all the way on all of the things that we run. So that should work pretty well this year, hopefully. And I did have like the knocker ball thing. We have the 2 adult balls, and we bought 2 little kid balls. So because we have little kids that try to go in a big one and they get lost in there. So we have little ones, and we bought 2 child-sized trikes for the big trike race.
Nice.
So
I'm looking at one of Liam's teachers. She's like 6 foot something. And her and I raced last year.
Fun?
And I was blast. And I told her we're gonna race again this year. And I said this year I have, it's gonna be a little more fair because I get to use one of the child ones.
The kids love to see that too, so that's always fun.
yeah, it'll be a lot of fun because if the little kids, some guy will be racing his little kid out there on a little kid trike and stuff. So it's a little more inclusive, So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think next year you should look at maybe doing some, like take an hour and turn it into like head-to-head races.
Yeah,
Where people can sign up and race different people.
that would be cool. It just takes a little organization and then somebody to run it.
Yeah.
Run the races and
Keith, he's really good at this stuff.
yeah, he'd be good at that.
You get people going.
You could have the whole like bracket thing. I mean, honestly, it would kind of be like the
Checkered flag.
like the wiener dog races, but with people.
Who's faster, the wiener dogs or?
Anything else
Well,
we need
right.
to talk about?
People. Those wiener dogs take quite a bit of coaxing to get going.
I did hear from
I was
Ron.
thinking about entering Breton.
Oh, jeez, I'd run them right over. Either I had to start playing with the little dogs.
He's a small dog.
Well, the animal hospital is reopened in town.
Oh, what about the cow thing?
Excuse me, I was on this other thing. The Douglas Animal Hospital has reopened with a new vet, and she reached out to me. She's sending a form. So she wants to be next to Ron from Dog Orphans, so that made me contact Ron from Dog Orphans. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta send the form. It's a game Ron and I play every year. You gotta reach out and he's gotta send the form, which I still don't have a week later. And then
He's going on vacation, so you might want to.
okay.
What about the cow people?
I haven't done anything because I didn't know where to put a calf.
They had asked they also
What if it's
asked in
half a
an
calf?
email recently if it was okay if they sold meat, if they brought a freezer.
I didn't see that. I never got that email.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
see that one either, but I know they were asking about the pet the cow thing.
Well, this is the one that it's some farm or something that they were gonna do. Originally they wanted to do like cow flop bingo or something.
Yeah, and now they were wondering if they could bring a cow to pet.
Yeah, and then,
I think that's, well, a calf.
I think it's awesome. It's just where do we put them?
yeah, yeah. The only place,
They should be on grass.
yeah. Well, we already have the Mason's lots booked for both sides. So,
We do.
Huh?
Okay. I said we do.
yeah. The only other place you could put it would be behind the library, but they
That's all
have
grass.
that big
Well,
parking
that's
lot
way
there.
back, yeah.
And there isn't much grass left that belongs to the library. So it would be hard to do that.
Well, there is a grassy spot, between Gregory's and that new building, used to be Digger's Liquors, they have that dog store.
They're not gonna
on the
wanna put a
inlet,
cow.
and they have grass and grass, but you'd have to get permission from them to have
You're
a
not
cow
gonna-
on half.
Well,
You're not
the
gonna-
other
you
issue with
don't
that.
wanna put a cow up behind Fido.
Okay.
Fido's not near them.
But the other issue is then you'd be going behind the vendors. Because you get the vendors lined up all the way.
But if they're gonna be a vendor, they would have their spot and then go backwards. But, you know, they may not want a cow there anyway, it'd be good compost, but I just can't picture where else we could have grass to put an animal. And to have frozen meat, they would
Well,
have to go through the Board of Health.
Well, the electric problem, the freezers that they would have to do big enough to bring stuff to sell like that would draw too much power. I can't give them, 50 amps of power.
Oh, they're thinking of bringing freezers?
Wow. They'd have to plug in directly into a building of some sort.
And the only spaces, like even the library, we're pretty much tapped out the library, both sides. The stage is on one side, and then the other side we're using. So we can't pull any more electric from the library. And then right now, my panels are pretty full. With the bouncies and with food people. So,
Yeah, I can't think of another place to put them.
1, 2, 3.
Is there anything over?
We only have 5 electrics so far.
Could ask Rhoda if we
yeah,
could use her.
are you counting food people?
Yes.
Okay, so you're counting the fire department,
Ray
right?
Fries. No, Ray Fries,
The fire department always takes electric.
they've never put that on their form.
They've always plugged in, so they got electric.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Hold on. Dang blanket.
So they take electric from my
Is that on
panel.
tape? I think it
Yeah.
is.
They'll bleep it out.
Yeah, okay. What number is the fire department? 33.
Then you have the.
Hold on, I'm still looking up. Nope, it says electricity. No.
Okay, all right, so tell me all the ones that you do have electric.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had that correctly because, oh my goodness, that would just make it a little more difficult. Okay, electric. Hills Home Market, they grill the meat right there in a little electric skillet.
Yeah,
Grill.
that draws a lot of power. Yep, go ahead, that's a 20.
The leaf filter, people, they have a little gutter thing
Where do you put them?
where there's electric.
Where do you put them?
Wherever there's electric, not at food.
Okay, so you're gonna put them over there, somewhere on the other side of the street next to the Cub Scouts, on that side of the road.
We'll have to discuss that later, I think.
All right.
So you're gonna ask the Gray House for
No, I get it from the, I get that,
From your generator?
I get a generator there, and I also have the library. We have a circuit on that side of the library now.
Okay, let me put that there. Yeah, Cub Scouts selling cotton candy. Okay, the River Church wants to be on the end corner near the second congregation. They are doing popcorn. So they need electric
They're
too.
doing what?
Popcorn, making
Popcorn.
fresh popcorn.
That's another heating thing, that's another 20 amp circuit. Huh?
Well, I'm just telling, and we have Ray's Fries,
Yeah, that's a 20 amp
and we have the canola guy who's bringing a fridge.
Okay. So you got a total of how many? 6?
2, 3, 4, 5. I want to double check our smoker guide. Is there a nice way to put that? 48. Usually I'm really good if they put electric, I find that right away. 6, 7. Where are you? Nope, he didn't pay for electric, so the smoker dude doesn't need electric.
Okay.
That is gonna smell so good. Okay, so there's that. Okay. But I don't know what the cow calf people, farmer, have not reached out to me at all. I got forwarded from you or Keith, that, I think it was from Keith, they wanted to bring a cow and do cow bingo. Well, we used to do that behind the library, but now it's all gravel, so we can't do that. So then they thought, I answered them back saying, sorry, there's no room for that, and then they suggested bringing a calf for petting. As long as the poor calf isn't overwhelmed, I'm okay with that, but where do we
You'd
put
still
it?
have to put
That's the
him on some
conversation we we're
grass.
just having.
I know, we have no place for them. And the freezer takes a lot of pull, so you're contacting them, okay?
Alright.
Okay, because I know I'm charging vendors, but Tony working with them. I would like to have them there. And have their farm there. We don't have anyone selling fresh vegetables or anything.
Yeah, but
They might
Okay.
not sell vegetables.
they said that,
Okay.
they didn't say that they serve vegetables, they said they sold meat,
Okay, okay.
so they would want a freezer.
You're gonna work on that and where they possibly can go, and Keith mentioned maybe Rhoda would just give us
I was
just,
totally kidding.
oh, okay.
It was
That explains my
dripping with sarcasm.
rolling my eyes at you that the camera couldn't see.
Mm.
Okay.
The only thing, there's that grassy patch over behind the goodness store. That's not really.
We had the beer garden on one side,
And a loud band.
Goodness
sound.
store.
Yeah.
oh, the goodness store.
Goodness store down at the very, very end.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
I don't,
it's not really within the realm of where we are.
It's like kinda too far away.
I have a question. I haven't heard
But it does
draw people down there.
have something there.
That piece of, it's not really a good spot for that, because right in front of that is we're gonna have handicap parking.
Yep.
And that's kind of where we put the stage until we set it up, and that's gonna be the last stage set up.
What's in front of the post office?
The post office is
It's on the outside the
That grass
perimeter.
is outside
It's
the
also outside.
barricade.
Okay. We have the artificial
Now,
grass that we use for the dog.
It's
race.
interesting though, because
I'm not
it just
cleaning
made me
it.
think of this,
Oh boy.
okay? Why couldn't we, there's a potential, okay? Because there is a grassy area over at the Methodist church. Is that Methodist church over there?
They're outside the barricade.
No, they're on the hayride, okay? The hayride's gonna be there. So if we had like a, a petting area in proximity to the hayride,
That's still,
Yeah, that's.
no?
it's not a very big area. There is some, because I had to walk that on Friday to go to the senior center to drop off their street closing. There is a grassy area, there is that.
There's
But they're
also,
still kind of outside the barricade.
If you could talk the school into it, what you could do is another attraction to take the hayride is to do the cow at the school.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to plug in for electric for their freezer. Not happening.
well, we don't know that for a fact,
Right.
because there are outside plugs there, so we could probably get
Yeah, but
that.
they're you'd have to talk to them and see if it's okay with them as a vendor. Because they are way outside the perimeter when you do that.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd charge them at that point. Like I just,
I wouldn't even charge them.
That's what I'm saying. Like bring the
We
cow.
wouldn't charge them as a vendor. We would put them up there, maybe. I can take a look at the potential areas to put them up there when I'm up there with the fire chief on Friday.
But also, I haven't heard from the Friends of Library. They're doing their book sale, but I haven't heard anything else. Last time they wanted the whole front of the library. What happens if we have half in the side strip of the library, which is all grass?
Well, the side strip's not big enough. And
We'll find out if they're using the whole. They're probably using the whole front for like the book sale and stuff. But
Yeah, they usually use the sidewalk. But I haven't heard of anything else going on the grass on either side.
You're gonna want to put a cow over there?
It's not my lawn. Good compost, come on, let it dry out, break it in. They would have to clean up their own. They would have to clean up their own mess.
If they, it might be a selling point to them. Actually, having them be at, if they're gonna sell their deed, having them be at the parking lot is kind of a good idea, because if people, well, you know, but if people are gonna buy meat, they're not gonna wanna carry it around on Octoberfest.
Also true.
So they buy it on the way.
But not everybody's gonna park up there, they're gonna park on the
No, I
same
know,
streets.
they're gonna have a limited audience of people that park up there. However, maybe not, they may, because we can advertise that there's a petting thing, okay, up at the school.
Ride the hayride.
Ride the
and
hayride,
pet a cow.
get a petting thing, and pet a cow.
Yep.
Yep, and then,
And that's something else we might want to offer to Whittier, is if they want to set a booth up there with their hayride. Is, you know, just like a, hey, thanks for, because again, like you said, if you're buying so many ears of corn, you don't want to walk around Octoberfest with it.
kinda like the idea of having like farm stands up
Yeah.
there, right?
And again, because Whittier's giving us the hayride, like I said, it's a really good tie-in.
It's a good tie-in, we could advertise that there's farm stands up at the school,
Yeah.
where there's
Another reason
where
to
the
park
public
up there.
parking is.
Yep.
You take the hayride to get to it. So even the people that didn't park up there, they could still hop the hayride and go up to the farm and pet the you know,
Yeah.
up to the
Yeah,
farm.
but, I mean, if we can get the buy-in from the school, why not?
If we need buy-in from the school to do that, I have to look and see if they have a place that we could do that that would be out.
Yeah, it's gotta come together super quick, but.
Okay, that's a potential for these guys then.
Yeah. So just have Mary do it all.
Well, she's not gonna be able to do the school part.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Keith, you're staying, I'm just saying. You're not doing this without your next year. You think I'm kidding? After that 7
Bring
hours.
signs to the meeting, like help, I've been kidnapped.
Yeah, 7 hours at the library, that just, believe it or not, it kind of exhausted me.
I don't know how it wouldn't. I get exhausted watching 7 buses leave the yard.
See, even if, okay, we really just gotta have the school buy-in to have a farm type vendor set up there. They don't really have to use electric, because up there they could bring a generator for themselves. Okay,
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
yeah, so if they brought a generator to run their freezers, then we don't have to worry about the electric problem at all, okay? Because they're self-sufficient up there.
It'd
All
be
we-
better if they could use the electric, because
It
then
would,
you don't have that.
it
like,
would be, well,
But-
it would be, but they would, if they pop a breaker though, then they're in trouble because they can't turn it back on. They should bring a generator just in case.
Yep.
Anyway, we'll talk about that. So I have to go up there and see if there's places where it would make sense.
That means we need to make some nice big signs that state, pet a calf and farm stands.
It would be in the program too.
Yeah, but you still gotta make signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would actually make a sign at the hayride as well. So that it says that, there's whatever's up there. Okay, so we can't give this guy an answer yet until we figure it out, until we find out for the school.
But I think we have a good story to give them, which is like, look, we really don't have a place for you, but we have this idea that we're exploring.
What
We just
about
need
the
another week.
grassy area between the library parking lot?
Where JFK was shot? The grassy knoll.
Wow, that is wrong.
Too soon?
Between the library parking lot and those white buildings, isn't there a guy named Josie or
It's
something
real,
that
yeah,
owns it?
it's real small.
Okay,
and-
I just
yeah, okay.
remember I parked my
Yeah.
car back there on Saturday, it's all,
Yeah.
I saw grass.
Pretty much the only thing that the library owns is what's paved. There's
Well,
a-
I get that.
There's another 10 feet of grassy area,
There's
maybe.
usually someone
It's
who
still-
contacts him.
No.
It's still, well,
Last
it's in
year,
gear.
they roped it off so that we did not have access to it. They wanted to make sure nobody was there.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Guess
Well,
I'll have
it's
to look.
really outside.
Okay, well, we've just used it in the past, is all I'm saying. We have
Yeah,
permission to
and-
use it in the
and-
past.
yeah, for one reason or another, maybe
Okay.
there was there was papers or something left behind.
It could also be the liability of it.
Yeah, whatever. They've decided that they fence it off now.
All right, just so you know, I walk behind the library and I go
Now you've
check.
done it.
We do. We pick up all the trash.
I know. Right. I didn't bring that up. You did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, there's a couple places in town that had said that, oh, this area was a mess, it was a mess, you
Yeah.
know, blah, 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 blah. And I understand everyone has a right to their opinion, their thoughts, but I physically picked that stuff up.
we got
So if it happened
yeah.
after me leaving, I'm so sorry, it's not on
We
me.
got a complaint before.
I remember.
Okay.
that we
Yeah.
didn't have, things picked up right. And I went and picked it up, and it was all little plastic bags of dog poop that had really nothing to do with Octoberfest.
Right.
It was.
And it's just nice that somebody actually bagged their dog poop, unlike whoever the person with the big
except
dog.
that
That was
instead,
on
but they
Main
weren't.
Street.
Street.
Yeah,
Giant pile of it. So
I almost
whoever
thought
you
it was
are,
a horse.
you're a pig.
Yeah.
Pick up your dog's poop.
You should be fined walking down Main Street and not pick up your
Fined?
dog poop.
And then you should be hanged in the middle of the street for everyone to see.
Oh my goodness, okay, I'll go with the fine and the money has to go to Octoberfest,
Okay.
I'm just saying.
anyway. So anyway, we make a real attempt at cleaning up the mess.
It's exhausting, at the end of the day, you've been there 12 hours, now you gotta clean up everywhere.
And
And you're
sometimes
pick-
you have a hole in the bag, you gotta come back for it later, but you come back later.
But you're picking up trash that's been there a month, and you can tell it's been there a month, but you pick it up anyway, so no one can say you didn't pick up the trash.
All right, and
We
then
need volunteers for after Oktoberfest to help pick up, just saying, it ends at 4.
and then we have, and then the street sweepers are gonna come back and clean up, the main street itself.
They're the best.
So
I love the street
that
sweepers.
Oh,
works.
They're loud.
All right. Anything else?
Wait a minute. After 4.
Any new ideas?
You want to add to
I
it?
have an idea.
Are you gonna buy a car?
Soapbox. Yes, I am. And I'm gonna just put FTI coach on the side of it, so I'm not gonna have to carve it at all. It'll just be a giant brick.
Just paint it white with a blue stripe, and there you go.
There it is, a bus.
That'll work.
Okay.
If you get me in a good mood, and you got a picture of your bus, kind of do the little curves, and I'll paint it as your bus.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
A Foxy travel bus.
That's actually, unfortunately, on tape.
Cool.
Okay, then you
There's
gotta
a plug for
contact
Foxy travel.
Foxy Travel Bus. So then you also gotta contact John and get him to have.
No, I'm not worried about John. John's gonna be one.
Okay, we did have some ideas for Oktoberfest but at home, but we had to shut ourselves off because we were just adding more work for ourselves. So we said no.
Who would do such a thing?
Yeah,
Don't forget to call the school next week.
he's gonna call school this week. I'm not doing it, he's doing it. And see if
Doing what?
calling the school, see if we have
Yeah.
permission to do
Yeah,
that.
I will figure that out at the school. I'm gonna wait until after Friday though, because I wanna see my spots myself and I wanna talk if the fire chief has any input.
I would
Yeah.
start before Friday. I
Huh?
would just say like, hey, this is an idea we had.
Oh, all right, maybe.
Because they
Just a-
have to check with their people as well, I think.
Sometimes that ball can be.
And Tony was making the volunteer list, so you can rope in family, friends.
Yes, I will be sending you the two lists, the task lists and stuff like I did before, so that you can,
Your wife got help at the soda jerk. She looked adorable last year. In her little soda jerk outfit. The kids look great too, but I thought she was adorable.
I don't know if she's doing that again this year.
How old is Izzy? Can we get her? How old is she?
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? She would rake it in. She would make a ton.
It's the blue eyes with the dark hair. I'm telling you. Every time I look at her, I'm like, oh, Keith is in so much trouble.
I get a contact, also I have to contact, the library. We're gonna see if we can use the basement for staging for that stuff again, like we're doing.
Oh,
this time.
okay. I have you down for checking for water.
And I'm gonna wanna put all of that stuff in that spot down in the basement there, so that we don't have to move. It's heavy stuff to move around, so we really can't wait till that day to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So on the Friday before, you and John are gonna be setting up the soda jerk station,
When are we doing that?
the Friday before.
Okay.
And then we'll cover it up like we did last time. So that they can
We
pull it
also
off.
have to ask,
Oh, we're gonna, the night before or the Friday, like,
The Friday before.
it's the day before, not like a week in advance.
no,
Okay.
night before.
You can't do it, you don't have, nobody's got enough time to do it on Saturday morning, so you're gonna have.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just wondering about like testing it ahead of time.
That you,
Well,
you
who
can-
has it at
no.
their house? Why can't we just test it there?
Everybody's got
Pieces?
pieces of the puzzle.
Well, if you can store it in the bottom of the library, then you can test it days before or a week
No,
before.
you can't store the bar there,
Okay,
okay? I have all of the syrups and stuff there,
okay.
okay? And then we're gonna test it somewhere, but then it's gonna be somewhere the night before or, early evening before. It gets set up in its spot and then we just drag it out on the street.
Yeah.
We're gonna put it on the street this time, not on the dirt, not on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Can we get like some fly tape or something for the bees or
For
that?
what?
Fly tape for the bees. Does
Oh,
that-
the little pull.
We can, yeah.
Yeah, how many people are screaming that you're killing the bees? We had already
These
discussed
weren't the good bees.
we had already discussed a bucket of, clean soapy water,
Yeah.
rinsing everything off
Yeah.
all the time.
They had, and, it was the first time, we didn't know, but there was syrup everywhere. So
Yeah.
if we can keep that down to a minimum, then it won't have so many bees, We had one big bucket of syrupy water, So if we can keep that down, then, it keeps some of the bees away.
Yeah, we don't,
Why
we
didn't
don't
we
want
get
to.
hummingbirds? What the hell?
What's the sugar? Come right in, look at that, they want lunch.
Hummingbirds like sugar too. So
Yeah.
why didn't we get hummingbirds? We got bees.
Because
Because you have more bees than you have, too
because
many
it's the
people for
wrong-
humming
It's the
bees.
wrong season.
Oh.
Oh yeah, by then hummingbirds
My
are.
hummingbirds are gone.
Can you tell me a little more about the birds and the bees?
Oh man, you just went right into that, Keith. We are older than you, what do you want to learn?
Maybe this, well, actually, maybe
You're
this,
gonna miss this,
I
come
am
on,
so
Keith.
proud of that one. I can't even tell you.
It is
I
on
have
tape.
not located the wireless yet,
Really?
and I've already looked through a bunch of stuff.
Did you look in the container?
I did not look in the storage unit yet, but I've dug through all, and I just, for some reason, I didn't think that we put it in there, but,
I wouldn't think that we did either.
but I'm gonna have to
But,
go.
yeah, unfortunately, at the end of the day, everyone's exhausted and
Yeah.
stuff just kind of.
So I'm gonna go and open that up and see what we have in there, pull some stuff out, and I'm actively looking for it.
Yeah.
So, but I've already checked through a bunch of stuff and I have not found it yet. I found the two receivers. We had two receivers.
I don't think the transmitter was that expensive, but if we're going to order one, we'll have to.
I know,
do
but
it.
it worked awesome, and
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure we have it somewhere.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
And I'm just surprised that it, because it was always so cumbersome. It's hard to not see because the antenna sticks out of the back.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't have a bag big enough for the antenna.
Right.
So,
Well, I'm putting in the minutes that I am confirming my brother will do the ticket booth. Contact Dave Brannigan, see if he'll help with the cash cube, but I wanna reach out to Melissa Whitkiss. Cause she's really good at like doing the spinny wheel for a little while.
Mhm.
So I wanna see if she'll help, her family will help. Cause they were super helpful. She's our weather person, if she's coming, we should be good.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all I said. She's our good luck charm for that. That's all
Anything
I
else?
have.
Yeah.
It's not even here yet and I'm already exhausted.
okay, so there's nothing else, you need to move to adjourn.
Okay. Oh, I will move to adjourn. Keith can do a half.
I abstain.
All in favor?
Aye.